I remember, showing the places there when I had a listing. I would like greet visitors, um, like at an intersection or in the parking lot next to the red sign pointing to, you know, because it was too hard to direct them. And this was also days before mobile phones, so you couldn't just show up and say, "I'm here. Do you see me?"
Right.
So anyway, so Jane was showing the condo. The listing agent couldn't be there, and um, he gave her the keys. And so she's like looking for unit 212 in building D or whatever, and running a little late. She's got her client with her, and they find their way to unit 212, and she puts the key in the lock and opens the door and walks in. So the floor plans are all pretty similar. Like, you come in, you're kind of in this entry. On your right might be a door to a kitchen, and then if you take a few steps forward, you're in the living dining room, and then the bedrooms are off to the side. Jane comes in, and she, right in front of her, sitting at the dining table, is a woman seated at the table with tweezers and a hand mirror. And she's in the middle of plucking her eyebrows. And she's like mid pluck. She's got the mirror up, she's got the tweezers in the other hand. And she looks at Jane, and it's awkward, right? Right. And so,
Personal, intimate moment.
but she doesn't say anything. She's just sitting there staring at Jane and her buyer, right? And so Jane's like doing her flight attendant thing, like, like, here's the kitchen, and you know the bedroom is this way, right? And looking at this woman who's still just frozen, looking at her. And, and then the bathroom is over here. And isn't this look at this nice view out the sliding glass doors, right? And, and then the lady at the table, she just goes, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here?" And um, and so, wrong building, wrong unit, right key worked, no problem.
That's horrifying.
Isn't that?
Anytime I have tweezers that close to my face, I'm always thinking, wow, I hope something doesn't surprise me right now.
Many have heard this story, but because it's so amazing in a ridiculous kind of way, is that I when I moved to outside of the city for about a year or a couple of years, I was missing the city, and so I bought a little studio condo in the city and had both properties for a short amount of time. But I needed to come back to the city, so I moved into a building where I rented for a while, and it was just a couple blocks from this little studio condo, which I had rented it out. That tenant gave me notice and was going to move out, so I decided to put it on the market for sale. So I had it staged very nicely, and the building only had a couple of units, maybe even I was the only one with an outdoor patio. So I said, I'm going to stage it and I'm going to make that outdoor patio look like a room. So I even put a big tent in it and made it look like an outdoor salon. And it was unusual for the building. And I thought that will help sell it. Well, anyway, I got to know a guy in the building who was a mortgage broker, and he was a single man. And he lived on the higher floor. I was on the ground floor. And his place was decorated like a bachelor, single bachelor guy, not very well. And so he knew that my property was on the market for sale. I ran into him. I said, "Oh, let me show it to you." And I was proud. It was very well staged and looked beautiful with this garden I created in the back with the tent and everything. So he takes a look at it and he says, "Wow, it's really nice. I think you'll sell this very fast." So I'm back in my apartment just a couple blocks away. And I said to him, "By the way, you're a mortgage broker. You may know buyers. The door is always unlocked. Just call me before and let me know if you want to show it to someone." So he calls me one night and says, "I have somebody who I think might be interested in this apartment. Is it still open?" And I said, "Yes, go take a look." So a little while later, it was kind of a summer night, long night. I decided to walk back over to lock the door up for the night. And I go to the apartment and the door's locked. Well, I had left it unlocked, as I told you. So I thought, that's weird. So I went downstairs to the front desk and got a key for it. I opened it up, and here comes this guy to the door with his pants around his ankles. And he's hopping to the door, kind of not letting me in. And I said, "What's going on?" And I look beyond, and there's a woman in the bed, the staged bed. And beyond that is out in the garden is a nice little picnic that he had prepared.
Oh.
So that
Oh.
was so shocking to me that he was not showing the apartment. He was showing. And that's what happened there. He decided, and he said to me, and like, I'm really sorry I blew it, but he said, "My apartment doesn't have the outdoor space and it didn't have much furniture. So I didn't think
Oh.
mind
Oh.
in the staged bed." Oof.
Oh, but that's so sweet in a way.
Well, it was one piece of it. I was like, I kind of get it. I think I even said to him, if you had called and said, "Can I do this?" I wouldn't have said, "Yes, help yourself to the bed." But I might have said, "Sure, why not?
Right. You can have a date there.
Let's get our use out of the staging that's so expensive." And sure, why not? And maybe she'll tell people about it. But instead, it didn't end very well. And he was hopping around, pulling his pants on, and it was awful.
Oh, oh. The loss of dignity.
This is a home in Golden Gate Heights, and our client, it was an elderly lady, so she ended up going to a nursing home, and so her nephew asked us to sell her house. And a lot of people have these curtains, and so the homes are dark, and so a trick of the trade is taking down all curtains and painting it white and never putting the curtains back up. We just, we like a nice bright home. But I had no idea she had a view. She had beautiful ocean views, but she also had another view of the guy. And it wasn't directly across the street, it was slightly to the side.
Uh-huh.
He would wear socks.
Uh-huh.
That's it. And he would fold his laundry. He would work out in wide view and completely naked. And so I included that as part of my AVID.
Yeah.
I call it the naked man disclosure.
Yeah. And, that might have been a selling point for some people. Right?
Yes.
Like free naked show across the street.
It had like a $1 million view, and then now that's a $2 million view.
Right.